Hey guys, Nick here. So today we will be looking at the 2024 Honda Ruckus. So firstly, we're going to talk a little bit about the stats of the Ruckus, then we're going to get up close. I'll show you about the different features, where everything's located, and all that good stuff on the Ruckus. And then finally, I'm going to drive it, and you're going to get to see some running and driving footage, and as well my final thoughts and opinions on the Ruckus. So let's get started. Now, before we dive right into the Ruckus, I want to briefly mention and thank JAF Motors for lending me this here today to show you all this 2024 Ruckus. So all their info will pop up on the screen. As well, you'll find their website down below, so be sure to check them out if you're around the Albany area of New York or within traveling distance and you're looking into getting a Honda product. But with that being said, let's talk about the Ruckus. Well, let's talk about the price on the Ruckus. We got a $28.99 MSRP, followed by some destination freight charges, which again, that will all be on the screen for you to see visually. So depending upon your dealer, they might have some extra setup fees and stuff, but you're looking at roughly out the door about $3,200, $3,300. And then of course, depending where you're located, you have sales tax on that. So what are you getting for roughly $3,300? Well, you're getting a liquid-cooled 49cc engine that as well, I believe, is fuel injected on this, which is a really nice touch because, well, there's no choke on it and there's really no fuel shut off on it. Now, in terms of that drivetrain, it's a real bulletproof. It's been around for a long time, the Ruckus. As many of you know, it has a huge following online and, all across the United States and even in a lot of other countries too, not just here. The Ruckus has been extremely popular for many years. This is kind of Honda's more original scooter that they've done for a long time before they introduced all these other models like the Navi, that's been super popular more recently, and the Grom, which has been about 10 years ago now. But the Ruckus has always been a fan favorite, and part of that has to do with that it's just such a unique design. You got this seat that's elevated over this kind of like exo roll cage in the back where you just see the straight up tubing of the bars. Then you got a little front rack on the front, which also holds the headlights on. You got these signature 2 front headlights on it. Of course, you have a center stand on this scooter. You don't have a side stand on it. The seat flips up, which is very interesting to give you top down access. And what's so great about that rear access, which some people might not like because it's so exposed, but it allows you to fit things that are larger than if it was a completely sealed compartment. You can fit backpacks. I've seen people do skateboards, a lot of different accessory and implications of what you're going to go do and have fun that day, get out and enjoy. This will basically haul it. Honda even advertises on their website a wide variety of usages, and they even talk about the huge following and the practicality of the Ruckus. So as we come up close to the Ruckus, you're going to find just this very simple rack. I mean, my hand barely fits on it across, but it's enough that, you could zip tie on some kind of baggie and fit whatever you want in there. Right in the center, of course, is your horn. Got those 2 signature front headlights that's so iconic on the Ruckus. Turn signals, little dashboard. But let's get up close and talk about the dash now. Now, as we come up to that dashboard, we got a little speedometer, which goes up to about like 45 miles an hour. That's all it really tells us there. Of course, we got odometer. We got a little turn signal indicator. Coming to our left side, got a high beam, low beam switch, our turn signals, our horn, our horn. And then on this side, we're gonna find our emergency start and kill, our start button. And then down here, we get a little yellow light for our fuel. We get a high beam light. Of course, we got our key on and our ignition, which is very interesting. Under this compartment, it's 4 Phillips that hold it on, but you take those 4 screws right out. You're gonna find all your electronics and the battery located right under that front cover. Well, now we are looking at where your gas tank is located. So we got a little cover here that flips right up. As you're going to see, we can't open this gas cap just by walking up to it. We need to take our key, put our key in, going to turn your key, so it's basically going parallel straight with the machine. Then you got these kind of notches here which you can turn with. You turn, it's going to come out right, kind of like a normal gas tank on most of Honda's motorcycles, just like that. But then when you're done, put it back in, twist, then you're gonna twist your lock again to lock it back in. Put your cover down, and that's all there is. It's a pretty small fuel tank on this too. It's only gonna hold a couple gallons of gas. I forget what Honda has it rated as, but if I find the stat, you'll probably see it on the screen. Let's take a look at the motor now. Now, there isn't too much to see here, but we do have a dipstick. So we just unscrew that. You'd clean it off, dip it in, pull it back out when the machine's upright and on a level surface. And that's how you check your oil. And when you're done, you just screw it back in, leave it nice and snug. We're gonna upper and a lower level for a coolant, real nice and easy to kind of look at. Top of our radiator there, we don't really want to fill it there or mess with that. And we've got nice shielding on the exhaust too, so it stays nice and cool. That's really all you're gonna find back there. Two other little things now in terms of the seat. We do get a nice little helmet lock. So you put your helmet, you know, strap it in, push it in, locks it right in there, come up with your key, turn it, unlocks it. And then in terms of the seat, there's a little bar back here you push in. It's kind of hard to explain, but you got this little tab here. You're gonna hit this with your finger. There's a little latch in here that's gonna push up. And that allows it to fully shift up. So now with the seat turned all the way up, you're gonna find that there's some kind of compartments and holes here that look like they need some filling. Well, your owner's manuals and books you would find stored right there when you go to buy one. And that's basically what those are intended for, to store like the owner's manuals that come with the Ruckus. But when you're done, just straps right down, holds it in. And this as well gives you really great top-down access to all of this. As well, there's a little hole right here, which is your coolant fill, because I'm sure some of you were wondering where that is located, which you'll find right here under the seat. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. I got it idling in the background. Maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't, but I figured I didn't really show you the headlights with it on. So there's running and idling. Hope you enjoyed the riding footage. Again, thank you to JAF Motors for lending me this. And per usual, I always pick the film when it starts to rain. So it's starting to rain now, once again. This is becoming a weekly occurrence now. But yeah, that's really gonna do it. You guys all enjoy your Sunday. Bye.